Hey everybody, Derek here from Badgerland Birding, and I just have a cool bird fact story to tell you, and it involves the common swift, which is pictured here. So we're going to go through this Audubon article that talks about it. So the common swift, as of November 7th, 2016, so it's a little older, but I didn't know about it, so you may not have known about it too. Common swift is the new record holder for the longest uninterrupted flight, and scientists found that they can be in the air uninterrupted for around 10 months, which is insane. Like 10 months of non-stop flight, like that's just crazy to me. We talked about like the longest migration in the past, so it's pretty crazy that you have this duration of being in the air. So they're talking about how getting this technology kind of came from iPhones, where they developed the accelerometers that steer users around the streets of an unfamiliar city, and they help to track birds too. So the team, led by, I believe it's Anders Hendenstrom from Lund University in Switzerland, they put these accelerometers and light sensors into this little backpack that they put on the swifts, and they don't think that the backpack, affected them negatively. So they did this for 13 swifts before they went on their round-trip voyage to Africa. And so that allowed the team to record how much time they spent in flight, where they were, without affecting them negatively. So when they got the returning birds over the course of the next 2 years, they proved that the swifts rarely stopped during their intercontinental trek, and 3 of the birds never landed at all during the 10-month journey, which is mind-blowing. So Hendenstrom thought it was amazing too. He said it's very much an aerial life when they're away from their breeding area. So it says even the birds that did stop, they still spend more than 99% of their time in flight. And that's probably for the best. He says they're pathetic when they're grounded because they have short legs and they look clumsy, and they could be victims for ground predators. So the thing about swifts is they have trouble taking off from like a flat surface. So when they do land, normally like with the chimney swifts we have around here, they're inside of the chimney, otherwise you'll just see them flying. So it's rare to see one actually ever on the ground, and if it is on the flat ground, it's probably in trouble because they're gonna have issues taking off. But they were wondering how they did this exactly, and so it's thought that they may be able to, sleep while they're in the air. They mate in the air, so they eat, drink, mate, and likely even sleep from the time they depart from Scandinavia in August till they return to breed in June. What that must feel like is just, I don't know, just flying for that long. It's kind of like your heart beating. Like it's if you take a tennis ball and squeeze it and pump it like you would at the same rate your heart, like you get tired so quickly, but your heart is just constantly pumping. And so it kind of reminds me of that. It's just like this thing that just keeps going. Like, how is this still going? So they also talked about how they tracked magnificent frigate birds, and they found that they take brief naps as they're like ascending sometimes. So they couldn't use the same technology on the swifts because it's larger and the swifts are so small, but they're going to look into it in the future. And so they end it with saying the record for highest flight is currently held by the Ruppel's Griffin vulture, which collided with a plane at 37,000 feet. So it's not likely that common swift will claim another title next year. So it looks like they are tracking other stuff there. I didn't hear about that story. That might be something else to look into. But either way, the common swift, 10 months uninterrupted flight. Do you guys know about this? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Super interesting, really cool birds. Would always love to learn more about swifts, just because they do seem so mysterious. But thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.